لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الكلام كلام الله، وخير الهدي هدي نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة في الدين بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. My brothers, as usual, I advise myself and remind myself to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wherever you are. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. My brothers, we still continue what we started last Friday about all matters concerning divorce. There are very important matters. The man, the Muslim, and the Muslimah, men and women, must be aware about these matters concerning divorce. Unfortunately, there are many Muslims, men and women, they are not educated about divorce, neither about marriage. So today, we continue our topic about the matters we did not cover last Friday, and I will cover it this Friday, inshallah. There are a lot of Muslims, they don't know how to divorce. They don't know where they should divorce. And when they should divorce. When, where, and how. These three questions you must throw out to yourself. How should I divorce? Where I divorce? And when should I divorce? Very important question you should educate yourself about. Be aware, my brothers, that the Muslim, the one who is married, he is not supposed, even not only supposed, it is not permissible from Sharia point of view, from Islam point of view, to divorce your wife if she's having the period, if she has the cycle, the monthly cycle. You should wait until she becomes clean completely. And you don't touch her at all. The first condition, she should be clean and there is no relation happen between you and her. The legitimate relation, the sexual intercourse. Two things. She must be clean. If she have the period or she have delivered baby, birth, you should wait until she gets clean. Then you divorce. For instance, if this week there is something took place between you and her, your legitimate relationship, you are not supposed to divorce. You have to wait until she got the period, then she got clean, then you divorce. Unfortunately, a lot of Muslims, they don't aware. Whenever he got mad, whenever he just don't like her, whenever he got upset, he just throw the word divorce without giving attention to these conditions. This is when. Where should be at home, not in the streets, not in malls. Because I have attended myself some crazy husband who divorced his wife loudly in the street, in the front of the people. What kind of person is this? Just because he had dispute with his wife in the front of the people, in the mall, he shouted it and he divorces loudly. Everybody was hearing what he did. This is a Muslim. So it should be at home. Nobody can listen to you. Or in the court. But not in the street, not when you are visiting some relative in their house. Never you should have quarrel or dispute with your wife in public. Would you approve that your daughter face such case? Would you approve your daughter face such case? Of course, none of us, as parent, as father, would approve my daughter would face such case. And when you divorce your wife, you have twice. You can divorce her twice until you knew sure she's clean. And she has the full right to stay in your house 3 periods. You have no right whatsoever to kick her out from your house. She has the full right to stay with you at home, the first divorce. I didn't say that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that. Read Surah Al-Talaaq in the Quran. There is a complete chapter, complete surah about Talaaq in the Quran. Are you aware of it? Has any one of you, my brothers, have thought to read this surah with commentary, with explanation? If you didn't, do it. If you didn't until now, do it as soon as possible. Read Surah Al-Talaaq with commentary, with explanation. So to be aware yourself and your wife about the obligation on your shoulders concerning Talaaq. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, يا أيها النبي إذا طلقتم النساء فطلقوهن لعدتهن واتقوا الله لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن. Oh Prophet Muhammad, when you decide to divorce, you should really wait for iddah. And he said, fear Allah, واتقوا الله. Do not ask her to get out of your house. Neither she get out. You understand? Neither you as a husband, when you divorce wife, you have no right to take her, go out of my house. Or she should not leave the house. She must stay with you 3 periods. Same thing applies to the second divorce. And you can bring her back as a wife during this period. You can bring her before she finish the first period, or the second period, or before the third period. But if she finished the third period and you did not bring her back, then you have to pay another mahar, another marriage contract. If you bring her before the third period, no mahar, no contract, no new contract. Same thing applies to the second divorce. But if you divorce your wife third time, then now she must go out. She's not your wife anymore. Why? Because you cannot marry her. You cannot bring her back after the third divorce until she gets married another person. This is written in the Quran. If you divorce your wife third time, then you cannot bring her back. You can bring her back in the first divorce, second divorce, but in the third divorce, you cannot bring her back and she'll get married. And not only just married on paper, no, legitimate marriage, and she have to have sexual intercourse with him before you can bring her back. The question now, to me and to you, what guarantee that my wife or your wife will come back to me after she gets married another person? Isn't it possible that she will fall in love with him and she doesn't like him? Many cases happen like this. And that the first husband become very sorry and he start crying. He tried all his best to bring her and she did not come back. So I advise myself and I advise you, I remind you, do not, with capital D, do not ever think to divorce your wife third time. Because you cannot bring her back until she gets married, and after she gets married, who guarantee that she will approve, she will like to come back? She may fall in love with the other one, and then you will be sorry all your life. One more thing before I conclude my first khutbah. It is said in the Quran, when I did if you gave your wife qintar, the qintar is many kilos of, gifts, money, everything. All things you gave her, you are not allowed to take this back from her. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَا تَنْسُوا الْفَضْلَ بَيْنَكُمْ. Don't forget, good things between you. Don't forget the favor she gave you and the favor you gave. Don't forget your relationship with her for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Don't forget that she was your children's mother. Don't forget that she was your wife for a certain time. Nobody, no Muslim, when he divorces his wife, after a long relation, supposed to take anything from her back. Everything you gave her is belong to her. أقول ما تسمعون واستغفر الله لي واستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه إلى يوم الدين. Unfortunately, some husbands, when he have a problem with his wife or dispute or quarrel or the first thing he thinks is divorce. Though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us 3 steps we should do before divorce. It's mentioned in the Quran. This is our problem, brother. We don't read the Quran with commentary. We just read the Quran just like, people, like parrot. We just repeat like parrot. My brothers, I advise myself and advise you, when you read the Quran, read it with commentary. Bring some commentary and understand the meaning. Allah gave us 3 steps to follow in case of dispute or problem or misunderstanding or quarrel with your wife. If you have fight with your wife, follow these steps in the Quran. First thing is to bring somebody from her family and your family, as they try to solve the problem between you, one of or 2 members of her family and 1 or 2 members from your family, and to try to solve the problem. حكم من أهله أو حكم من أهله. A judge from your family and a judge from her family. Doesn't have to be a judge, a real judge. He works in the court. No. Anyone who is wise, very good man, very good Muslim, wise person, you can invite him from her family and you bring one, same thing from your family. Try to solve the problem. If it doesn't work, then you have to abandon her, to disregard her in bed. وَهْجُرُوهُنَّ فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ. This is the meaning of هَجْرُوهُنَّ. Forget about her in the bed. Don't talk to her. Don't speak to her. Give her your back when you sleep. Show her that you are upset with her, without beating, without touching her. And now, if this doesn't work, then Allah said, وَضْرِبُوهُنَّ. And there are misunderstanding of أَضْرِبُوهُنَّ, which means beating them. Some, ignorant Muslim, they believe أَضْرِبُوهُنَّ, that's a real beating. That means punch her, kick her with your foot. This is wrong. This is misunderstanding of the ayah. When you say, فلان, somebody ضرب في الأرض. ضرب في الأرض means he went in the desert, he went walking. It is the meaning of ضرب, not the real ضرب. You know the worst thing for the woman when you disregard her at home, when you disregard her at bed. And if you have to beat by your hand, you should use miswak. Only miswak, or similar to miswak, or on her hand. No beating like some people take a stick and or his hand, and some stupid and ignorant Muslim who sometimes uses his hand to beat a weak woman. She cannot defend herself. Also, the thing that I should be aware about divorce is not to think at all. Because when you, as I mentioned in the first khutbah, when you divorce your wife third time, you cannot bring her until she gets married another person. What happened? Some of the Muslims, what some Muslims do, and they are actually absolutely against Islam, and it is haram to do like this. What some of Muslims do, they go and bring another person, a friend of him. Then he gave him money under table, and he said, please go marry my wife and divorce her tomorrow. Agreement, contract. This is absolutely haram. Rasulullah ﷺ described this person who you bring to marry your wife, then next day he divorces her. Between you and him, you have agreement, financially. He called him at-tays al-musta'ar, the borrowed male goat. At-tays al-musta'ar. It is exactly like somebody who have a lot of sheep, and then he go to his neighbor and ask, give me the male goat you have. I want him please to take care of my sheep. This means to have sexual intercourse with them. It is exactly, if you do this, exactly like the shepherd who go ask another shepherd his goat. That's why Rasulullah called him at-tays al-musta'ar, the borrowed. I mean, you borrow the borrowed male goat. It is haram to have agreement with person to give money to marry a wife and then divorce her tomorrow. She has to have legal marriage, legitimate marriage, complete marriage with mahar, with everything, and she stay with him and she sleep with her. Then if this man doesn't like her and he divorces, then you can bring her after iddah, 3 months, 3 years again. 3 years again. If he divorces her, you cannot marry her first week. You should wait after this man divorces your wife, you should wait 3 periods. She must have 3 periods before you can bring her back. Because some people, once he heard that man divorced his wife, he go and marry her again in the same week, and this is haram. Why? Because maybe she get pregnant from that person. Then who knows which one is you or him? That's why she have to wait, even after divorce, she have to wait 3 periods. Brothers, I conclude my talk with a question. Honestly, who do you think are the victim of divorce? Not you, not her. Usually the victims are the children. They are going to pay for that. Because you can have another wife, She can have another husband, but can children have another father or another mother? That's why I advise and remind myself to think million times before divorcing your wife, for the sake of Allah and then for the sake of children, because your children, they will pay for that. اللهم لا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا والنار مصيرنا. اللهم حبب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا، كره إلينا الكفر والفسوق والعصيان يا رب العالمين. اللهم أعنا على شكرك وذكرك وحسن عبادتك يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعلنا صالحين مصلحين هداة مهتدين. اللهم اصلح بيننا وبين أزواجنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم اصلح بين كل زوج وزوجة. اللهم اصلح بينهم يا رب. اللهم أدم بينهم. اللهم أقم شرور أنفسهم وسيئات أعمالهم. اللهم يا رب العالمين أصلح بينهم. اللهم أعدهم إلى بعضهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم يا رب العالمين نسألك بأسمائك الحسنى وصفاتك العلى. اللهم كما أحييتنا على الإسلام أمتنا على الإسلام ولا تزغ قلوبنا يا رب العالمين. أعنا على شكرك وذكرك وحسن عبادك. اهدي أبناءنا وبناتنا، حبب إليهم الإيمان، زينه في قلوبهم، كره إليهم الكفر والفسوق والعصيان. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين واحمي حوزة الدين. اللهم انصر المجاهدين في سبيلك في كل مكان يا رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأقم الصلاة.